Ladies and gentlemen, the ICC ghost is back in Kenya. And ICC visited Statehouse yesterday at night. ICC suspect Paul Gicheru is dead. According to the information which is available, Gicheru was found dead at his Karen home on Monday night. According to police, Gicheru was found dead with the cause of death yet to be known. He had lunch and felt unwell and went to bed but did not wake up. Police said he was found unresponsive at about 7 p.m. His son too collapsed and was taken to Karen Hospital but is in stable condition. The police arrived at the scene and announced a probe had been opened. The family is expected to address the media today. Paul Gicheru was one of the ICC suspects who was being accused of interfering with witnesses. He was actually facing 6 counts of bribery and corruptly inducing witnesses to interfere with the justice in a case against President William Ruto and Joshua Arap Sang. In 2015, the ICC issued warrant of arrest against Paul Gicheru. He was facing 30 years in jail. So around November 2020, Paul Gicheru surprised Kenyans when he surrendered himself to ICC. And that move caused serious political storm in the country. William Ruto and Sang were both charged with instigating ethnic violence in 2007, where more than 1,000 people died. Actually, there were 6 individuals. There was Uhuru, there was Hussein Ali, there was Joshua Arap Sang, there was Henry Kosgei, there was William Ruto, who was the 6th person. There were 6 people. So at the end of the day, Uhuru Kenyatta's case was closed and William Ruto's case was discharged, meaning the ICC could not find evidence to proceed with the case, but it was never closed. And after that case was closed, the ICC decided to go for specific individuals. So they went for Gicheru, whom they issued warrant of arrest, and also a gentleman called Bet. So he went to the court, and for like 1 year, 8 months, lawyer Paul Gicheru was in ICC defending himself. But one question which most Kenyans were unable to understand is what really informed his move to surrender to ICC at that particular time. Why the move? And what about the timing? Because remember, the warrant of arrest was issued on this guy in 2015. Despite that, the government still favored this guy. He was appointed to some commissions. I think he was also the chairman of the EPZ zones. And from nowhere, he decided to go to the courts. Remember, Bensouda actually described this guy as the grandmaster of a well-oiled syndicate which bribed witnesses. So in this video, I want us to look at 2 things. Number 1, why Paul Gicheru decided to surrender himself to the ICC. And number 2, the implication of his death. What that death mean to the presidency of the Republic of Kenya currently. Before we do that, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or 2, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So please give this particular video thumbs up. Now, why do you think Paul Gicheru decided to surrender himself to ICC, sorry. Why do you think he decided to surrender himself to ICC in November 2020? Number one, I think he was tired with the burden of ICC. Remember, the other individuals who are facing similar charges, most of them were now free. Uhuru was free, Ruto was free, Henry Kosgei was free, they were moving. But for him, he had a warrant of arrest on his head, which means this guy was not comfortable living with that warrant of arrest on his head. He could not travel easily. The gentleman, when you are accused of interfering with witnesses, so many witnesses had actually passed on. People like Yebei, Walter Baraza. In fact, during the trial, it was confirmed by ICC that he worked very closely with certain individuals, and they had receipts of how he transferred money, how he interfered with witnesses. There was the mention of a gentleman called Maio, who was working with Amaco. There was Bet, there was Yebei, there was Walter Baraza. Most of these guys are all dead. So it was only him who was still moving around. And remember, if he was really involved directly with interfering with witnesses, and these witnesses ended up dying, your conscience will not allow you. So this gentleman, in my view, was tired of carrying the ICC burden. He just wanted to go outside there, defend himself. Then when he would come back, a free man. In fact, when this guy came back, he was free. And remember, when he left the country, he left because he left and informed the office of the president. Uhuru Kenyatta was still the president. Because he was a government official, he could not just travel. So he had to inform them. He left, stayed there 1 year, 8 months. The wife was also there. He cleared, he came back. And he was now a free man. According to his close friends, he was now free. But I think he was tired with that burden. Number two, when he surrendered, probably someone somewhere was keen on using the ICC narrative for 2022 elections. Because in November, we are only having just less than a year to the election. Less than 2 years to the election. Campaigns had already picked up. And in 2013, the reason why Uhuru and Ruto came together was ICC. The reason they won was because of ICC. And after they won, they were able now to clear their names. So someone somewhere realized that there was need to bring that ICC narrative to enable them bring together the Kikuyu nation and the Kalenjin nation. And I remember Oscar Sudi making a post. Let me just get what Oscar Sudi posted on around that time. Oscar Sudi said something. Plans to stop William Ruto using ICC. Last year, I told you of the evil schemes crafted by William Ruto's political enemies with the aim of stopping him from running for office. Nancy Gitau and Solicitor General, with the help of their master, are the architects of this evil scheme. If you read that particular statement, the tone of the post, that's not Oscar Sudi. This was a message which was well crafted by someone and posted on Oscar Sudi's Facebook page. Because you all know that Oscar Sudi is to Ruto what United Mohammed is to Raila Odinga. He can speak certain things which Ruto cannot speak, and he's continuing. They began by sending 3 police officers to Eldoret Central Police Station to pick files recorded during post-elections violence 2007-2008. They also sent the former OCPD Eldoret, Mr. Titus Karuri, to The Hague with a motive still unknown. They have now sent lawyer Paul Gicheru to surrender himself to ICC. All these plans are done consequently with the aim to revive ICC case against William Ruto. This is what that self-declared government mouthpiece, Francis Atwoli, referred to when he claimed that William Ruto will not be on the ballot come 2022. Unfortunately, you cannot separate the 2 ICC cases, both for DP Ruto and one for President Uhuru Kenyatta. The cases remain inseparable. I wish to tell them that we are not scared about these evil schemes. We know each and every details of their secret plan to tame William Ruto. We believe we have God on our side, let them bring it on. So basically, someone somewhere was out to bring the issue of ICC as a political tool in the 2022 elections. And I also tend to think that probably someone somewhere was also out to try and tame William Ruto using the ICC cases. But those could just be theories. In real sense, Paul Gicheru went to ICC, he came back, and he has now been eliminated. The question is, why would he be eliminated? If this guy was accused of procuring witnesses and interfering with them on behalf of William Ruto is now the president, and that's why I talked of ICC sitting Statehouse, and William Ruto is now the president. Why would he be eliminated? For me, I'm looking at it from three different angles. Number one, witness protection in this country. Do we really have a witness protection law in this country? Because it can't be that all the witnesses in ICC, all of them are dead. All now. Apart from Bet, who is still on the run. In fact, when Paul Gicheru, let me just get that. When Paul Gicheru went to ICC, this is what they posted. Mr. Paul Gicheru surrendered to the authorities of the Netherlands pursuant to an arrest warrant issued by the pre-trial chamber 2 of the International Criminal Court. Mr. Gicheru, a lawyer formerly based in Kenya, is suspected of offenses against the administration of justice consisting in corruptly influencing witnesses of the court. The court, through registry services, submitted a cooperation request to the Dutch authority for the arrest and surrender of Mr. Gicheru to the court upon completion of the necessary national arrest proceedings. Background: the arrest warrant against Gicheru and Philip Kipkoech Bet was issued under seal on 10th March 2015 and unsealed on 10th September 2015. Philip Kipkoech Bet is not in ICC custody. So it means Kipkoech Bet is not in ICC. He's still on the run. And very few Kenyans are talking about him. Is it possible that he's also alive or is still hiding? So I tend to think that the questions about witness protection, why would this guy be eliminated at this particular time when William Ruto is actually the president? If you can get answer to that, which I know you are now thinking, why would Paul Gicheru be eliminated when Ruto is now the president of the Republic of Kenya? Because the fact that this guy was an ICC witness, the state ought to have provided security. Why has he been eliminated? Number two is the fact that Ruto name is now involved. Was involved. The fact that William Ruto name was involved, the case had not been closed. The case was just discharged, which means someone somewhere can still go ahead, collect evidence. Is it possible that crooks within the government didn't want anything to do with this case, so sometimes just eliminate him? Yeah. And the other reason why I'm talking of Statehouse is the fact that William Ruto's allies actually talked about this matter extensively, hugely, in a very big way in November 2020. Is it possible that Paul Gicheru then decided, okay, these guys felt that I was betraying them, now I have to take my own life? Let us wait and see how everything is going to unfold. I promise you guys I'll come back with comprehensive analysis once the family has addressed the media, and also once other details have started emerging, because you cannot hide the truth, the sun, and the moon. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.